Hey, this is Funny Man Mac, host of the Cry Laugh Repeat podcast. Hope you're enjoying it. Wanted to do something a little more special for y'all. This is the little bit of extra at the end of our last episode, Flashback Friday. I told them I'd turn the mics off and everything so that we get to the nitty gritty. Let us know what you think. Please follow us on SoundCloud and subscribe to our YouTube page where you can find our podcasts and other funny stuff. You know how this goes. Please help us out. Support.
Why? Come on. Let me get in there. Let's do it.
What? What are you talking about?
If I reject you, you can either say, oh my god, you're a fucking bitch, or oh my god, you weren't that cute anyway.
Okay.
Or you can go the other route and get super, clingy, because it's hot that a girl just rejected you.
That's how different, that's how guys be when they,
that's
how this, well, it's kind of like that for, I feel like it's like that for guys too, but we don't have to worry about as much shit as y'all do. Because we don't feel like, unless the girl's extra stalkerish, like she at our house. Then we'd be like, all right, she might pull a knife on me, cut his balls off or something. But y'all be more. When I hear a lot of women, they be talking about, I feel like I'm in danger, or something like that. Or
I had a dude who, met this guy outside. We went back to his dorm, and he was like, "Hey, you cold?" I was like, "Yeah, I am cold." So I got on the covers. He's like, let's talk in the dark. I was like, "Cool, that's fine." He's like,
let's talk in it
one more time. Let's talk in the dark. I was like, okay.
He was like,
that's fine. That makes sense. Okay.
Why were we talking alike?
He's like, I'm cold too. Do you mind if I get under the cover with you? I was like, you know what? This is your dorm. You might as well. So
it is kind of cold out here. Is that a draft?
Get it? So he starts rubbing my thigh, and I'm like, oh, that's up.
No. Hold on now. So wait a minute. So you didn't.
I didn't know.
So you're really like that. You're that myth that guys don't think exists because we don't believe that a girl really don't see these signs.
I didn't.
I'm under a cover with you.
I didn't because I was like, oh my god, because we had good conversation.
Under a cover though?
No, we had good conversation outside, and we were with all the people, and I'm just like, we live in the same dorm. Man, we could be BFFs talking about shit. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh my god.
Lo and behold.
So did you have to reject him and did he leave?
No, I gave him head.
Oh my god.
I gave him head. Yay. And then I was like, well, I'm on the period. He's like, you want to do in the butt? I was like, I'm on the period. So he was like, well, Bruh, I'm tired.
You know, girls use that I'm on the period thing so much that we don't even believe y'all when y'all say that shit no more. We be like, nah, guys should know that's code for don't want to have sex.
Right.
I just think it's weird
go for the butt.
I just think it's weird that girls have to say that. I just never been that dude that just felt the need to force. So I think it's weird that exists at all. But it's just I guess I always sound a little weird when I talk about
because it's like
stuff
I
like
can't
that because I be like, really? Like so he said in the butt in the butt because you should just say no, I don't want to have sex. It seems like it should just be that easy. No,
it's never.
And then I would just be like, oh, okay, all right.
Weeks later,
what was me?
Okay.
What was me?
He was banging on my door.
Banging, you say?
Yeah, he kept asking where Ariel is, and then he kept asking, and then he kept asking. And when I left the school that we were at, apparently he found some of my friends' desk where I was.
That's stalker-ish.
Stalker material.
It's very much stalker.
Now, mind you, I never called him back. I never tried to talk to him. Never did anything to indicate I was interested.
Just, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do I have any, as a guy, any similar stories that would be anything close to what
I would like to know.
I have, the close thing, I have an ex. I had an ex. Same ex that we talked about in the previous podcast, one that said we weren't together. Mm-hmm. But so I had sex with another person, and then we ended up getting back together. Mm-hmm. And then so she was like, when she found out, and then like she found out weeks after we had like maybe a month or so. And then she found out, and she was like, "You had sex with her?" And I was like, "Yeah, but we wasn't together." And she was like, "But you knew we was gonna get back together." And I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. She got pregnant. A bunch of things was involved. Anyway, the girl that I got with, so
she got pregnant.
She did get pregnant. She did get pregnant. She ended up having a miscarriage.
Oh.
Yeah. I was sad about it. Very excited to be a dad.
I'm sorry.
It's one of my goals in life. But anyway, back to the story. One time I wanted to break up with her and tried to leave the apartment because we had an apartment together, and she didn't want me to leave. So she started fighting me. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I try to get around, she just punching me in the face and shit. And I'm like, it don't hurt for real. So I'm like, all right, I can just move you and then I'll just leave. But it's hard to like, you'd be surprised how hard it is to get at a door when somebody keep hitting you in the face.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that abuse.
Well, she said, here's the thing. So when I pushed her, like I really pushed her, like, cause in my idea, like I'll push her far away enough to where I can make a break for the door. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And she got to get up and stuff. And then it kind of worked like that. So I pushed her down, got outside. But here's the thing. I got stuff in the apartment that I'm trying to take with me. Mm-hmm. So I try to grab my stuff. She calls the police because her goal is, she said, since I'm leaving anyway, she's going to call the police and say that I hit her so that I'll go to jail.
Oh, wow.
Because she's just mad at this point. So I was like, all right, so now I can't leave because then I look suspect if I leave.
Right.
So I got to stay. So I stayed till the police get there. And she, there are marks on me, but no marks on her. So the police see that and take her to jail.
Correct.
Because if you call the police on that, automatically somebody has to go to jail. And then because it's a domestic affair, it has to be for like 12 hours. You have to be in the holding cell for 12 hours. I didn't know that. That sucked. I bet that sucked for her.
Good.
But, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it just was, you know, we all have bad relationships. You know, we all have bad relationships. It all goes like that.
Women shouldn't put their hands on men. Men shouldn't put their hands on women. Don't put your hands on somebody. And they get mad when they have to fight you back.
I don't even say anything about women putting their hands on, because it just seems like a losing battle regardless. Like anytime I say that, because you just can't say that. You just can't say the whole, because when they be like, don't put your hands on men, or don't put your hands on women, and they be like, and guys be like, well, women shouldn't put their hands on men. They be like, don't be using that as an excuse to hit women. And be like, not really. You're just saying that you shouldn't hit men.
Because some dudes,
it sucks.
Some dudes do take advantage of that. Because I do understand. Because if I smack your shoulder, you shouldn't have to punch me in my face. It's an uneven equivalence.
That's not fair. Like I say all
that. Right. But see.
Sorry, did that smoke get you? Right in the face. I'm trying to share the love.
I see. But most I guess when you think about men hitting women, it's easier to see. But men do get emotionally and physically abused by women. But the problem is, if you're so ready to hit a woman for even like the smallest infraction, that is also a problem.
Most women, I'm not gonna say all, but most women are like, for the most part, smaller than guys, and like, you know, I'm not saying they can't. I've met some women that'll beat my ass.
Right, can kick some ass.
You know what I'm saying? But most women, for the most part, that concentrate on other things besides being stronger than a man. You know, so really, you have no reason to hit. I can't think of unless a woman grabs something. Now that's some shit. Now if a woman grabs a knife, I might deck you in the throat. Because like, I've been stabbed before. I'm not going to be stabbed again. That shit sucked.
Well, I would think so.
That shit suck. And ambulances do not move as fast as you think they might. They're quite slow when you want them to be there. 35 minutes later, they show the fuck up.
Oh my
35
God.
minutes
You're
is a
dead.
long time.
That's a bleed out.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
What neighborhood were you in?
I was at, this was like when I had moved to Alabama. Because this is back when I was in high school, because I'm from Georgia originally, but I finished high school out in Alabama, my senior year and stuff like
What's
that.
Where'd you graduate from?
Didn't. But I went to Russell County.
Russell
County High. But I had,
Boo.
yeah.
Boo.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I had went there. I started going there my junior year and finished out my senior year or whatever. If I hadn't went to jail and shit. Mm-hmm. But what was I gonna say? I got completely thrown off of this story. Oh yeah, I got stabbed. Yeah, so I got stabbed, and then the reason it took so long for the ambulance to get there is because it was 35, and we was out in the country because it was Seal. Russell County is out of Seal, Alabama. That's the country. The closest city is Phoenix City, which is 35 minutes away.
I'm about to say, still in the fucking
35
country.
minutes away. And the hospital that everybody uses is in Georgia. And that's 45 minutes away. So it took a long time.
So you're like, I might die today.
I think they put a clinic up there by now or something to deal with that, because they was like, hey, that's got to change.
That has to.
So they put a clinic up there with an ambulance, I think.
Because people panic when they think they're going to die. And if you panic, you mess with your wounds, and then you're fucked up either way.
Because the weird thing, when you get stabbed, you like, I think I went into shock, but I didn't go shock immediately. I went to try to go get help. It just wasn't nobody in the neighborhood at the time. Mm-hmm. So, and then my body just all of a sudden shut down.
Yep.
And I just couldn't move. And I just was like...
Who called?
And I just was... there was one of my partners was with me. He was a little kid, though. He was a little kid. He was like 11, 12. Mm-hmm. And I told him, go get some white people. Because they was going to help.
I'm done.
But, and he went and got white people eventually. But the ambulance just took forever. But yeah, when I went into shock, I just couldn't walk or anything anymore. And I was like on the wall of a house or whatever. So I just kind of leaned up against it. And then I just kind of like slowly went down. And then I just laid there. And then I couldn't move, but I'm still up. So I was just like, gonna die.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, well, guess this is how it is. I was like, I didn't think this was in like this. This is all right.
That's super tragic, man.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But
Right.
Like you just randomly get stabbed every day. Like,
Every day.
It just happens every day.
When I wake up, stabbed.
it's like my morning stab. You need your morning stab.
Hey, what you doing today? I'm finna get stabbed today.
About to get stabbed today.
Tell you boy, I need my midday stab at 12:30. My 12:30.
Actually, could you move it to 1? I gotta eat lunch, man. I don't want to be
Yeah.
hungry before I get stabbed.
You know what I'm saying? Because the stab make you extra hungry. So, and then my night stab right before bed.
Right before bed, get that good sleep,
Right, yeah.
that
So
real good sleep.
What I do is you tuck me in and you 3 times right in my side.
You know
Wake
what?
up feeling like I'm in a whole new world.
I feel like I don't feel it on this side no more because y'all keep stabbing me. Like do it on here. Switch it up for
Switch it
me.
up. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me close my. I don't even want to see where you're doing it at. Surprise me. I dream better. I dream better with my night stabs. That sounds like a cold medicine. Night stabs.
That really put you to
Sleep so well you're dead. Sleep like you're dead.
That is heroin.
That's heroin?
We really just described
Nobody I've ever seen on heroin look sleep. They just look like they want to go to sleep but can't. It's like, please knock me out. I just want to. It's been 2 days.
Have you
I just
done
want to go
heroin?
to sleep. Nah, I've done a lot of drugs though. Heroin's not one though.
If you don't mind me asking.
Nah, I don't mind. Because the bad drugs I've done, I haven't done too many times. I've smoked weed, Molly, a couple times. What else?
Whose granddaddy did you come to turn into?
Cocaine.
Okay, stop. How was cocaine? What did cocaine do? What was your life on
It
cocaine?
depends on what you get. Like it depends on you gotta get good. It's good cocaine, bad cocaine, and it's in the area we in. It's bad cocaine all around. So it's not hot. But good cocaine, it's like you gonna want more of that cocaine. So you probably don't want that cocaine because you get that cocaine, you gonna want more of that cocaine.
Excuse me.
You can't find that cocaine because good cocaine is hard to find. Then you'll get mad at the fact that good cocaine is hard to find and start doing things you shouldn't get good cocaine.
You sucking dick to get cocaine?
I would never tell you I suck dick.
So you suck some dick to get some cocaine?
No, cocaine's not a suck dick and drug. It doesn't. It's more of a party drug. It's like Molly and ecstasy. Ecstasy is a good party drug. You know, it's just
not a good party drug.
Stuff. It's just certain drugs that make you feel better when you party. So cocaine is more of those. Then there's drugs to deal with the pain, and that's like crack, heroin, what else?
Okay, so have you done crack? Crack.
Like twice. Yeah, like twice. Once, because I just wanted to try it. Because I had a homeboy that, I had a friend that, I have 2 meth head friends in my life. And, one of my meth head friends, and it was weird because they was like one of my best, they was the nicest guys. Meth heads are the nicest guys until they want meth. And he was smoking crack because he couldn't find any. He was just like, fuck it, man. And I didn't know him for a while, and I was like, you seem like you're pretty straight. Yeah, I was smoking because I was just like, I had never done crack. So I was just like, I got to know. I'm the type of guy that I'm like, I want to know the experience, even if it may not be good for me. And yeah. It's just, yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? But some people are just wired that way.
It's not healthy.
It's not. It's not at all.
It's not healthy.
But
continue.
It's all right, though. But yeah, crack, I didn't like it. It's just, you just hyper for a little bit. That's it.
Did you do the heroin?
No, heroin, here's the thing. I actually do research on drugs before I would actually try one. So it's like, heroin doesn't have any, and it does have a serious addicting factor. So it's not, people who are addicted to heroin, usually it's not because they like it. It's because after you try it once, there's an addicting factor that'll make you have to try it again. And then it's pretty much over. So it's literally one of those ones where you try it once, you might be fucked up for the rest of your life.
Okay.
You know, if you have access to it. That's why lean is so addictive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, that got so popularized. Yeah, but lean is just low grade heroin. That's pretty much all it is. And then one time I smoked crack with this lady I know that smoked crack just because she wanted to tell me the secrets of life.
Was it good secrets?
Here's the thing. This is gonna be hilarious. This is 100% true. You cannot understand anything that this woman says. Period. Ever. Right? Mm-hmm. Every time. Think of Mushmouth from Fat Albert. Mm-hmm. That's her. So, we smoked some crack together, and I understood everything that she said. It was weird. Like, she was talking perfectly normal, full sentences, not even stuttering. And I was like, whoa. I was like, why do I understand everything you saying? I was like, and
was
she was
that
like, I'm gonna tell
crack?
you, it must have been good because she was like, I'm gonna tell you the real. She's like, I'm gonna tell you the secret of life. I'm gonna tell you the things they don't want you to know. And then she started telling me about crack and the things they don't want you to know about crack and why so many people smoke crack and why the government doesn't want to and why government put crack out. But doesn't want it to be a regular. Man, that shit was... She just went on and on and on about it. So it's just like...
That's deep.
Yeah. And then, like, as soon as, like, the crack wears off quickly, like 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, so after that, I couldn't understand it anymore.
Oh.
Couldn't even...
She probably told you the secrets to love, the secrets to, like...
Yeah, but I just didn't want to smoke no more. I was just like, I just did it just for that experience of understanding her and wanting to, like, share that experience with her. It was the experience I was chasing. I don't want to smoke crack though. I don't want to smoke a lot of it.
You don't want to have crack. Crackety crack crack.
Nah, it's not that good. It's not as good as it. It's not as good as the movies.
Make it out to be.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not as good as the movies make it out to be.
And Bobby Brown portrayed it to be when he called it off stage or on stage. And it's my prerogative.
Oh yeah. He did. Coke Bobby Brown dropped the 8-ball on stage. Picked that motherfucker up like nobody saw him. Like picked that man right back up. It was big too. It wasn't even like a small bag. It was like bigger than that. Like it was like a quarter weed, about the same size as a quarter weed. Like yeah, a lot. This was some deep conversation.
It was.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd like to share with people, just let people understand kind of like what makes me me and why I am the way I am.
Why you do what you do.
Why I do what I do. And why I am somebody. Some people just have those. Some people just have paths that they're just not meant to live like regular people or the majority of people. They're just not. They're meant to be examples and influences and things of that nature. And I'm just one of those people.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of the time you realize you're one of those people. Yeah. So, works out. You're getting tired over there though, ain't you?
I am.
I see you over there yawning.
If you influence, if you're going to be an influencer, you have to make sure that you exude something that needs to be followed. Because that's the thing, we have influencers all around us, but none of them are actually, well, not none of them, let me not say that, but a lot of them are positive influencers. And I don't think they even know they're not positive influencers. They're just there. So, like, be a positive influence. Share your story, because it's a good story. It's a good story about knowing who to hang out with and knowing what your path needs to be. Or finding your path, but finding your path in a positive way. So, yeah.